What is up, everybody? Hope all is well. We are back for another day and another video. Today's topic is kind of an easy one, but a body in motion stays in motion. A body at rest stays at rest. So that's a fairly easy concept to understand. It is a saying I often like to say. Today, I am out here at the hiking trail, trying to get some movement in myself. I encourage you guys to do the same thing. The reason I want to talk about this is it's just something that often comes up in my life. And I've seen it a lot with my loved ones and with my own experiences as well. What can happen sometimes in life, especially as you get a little bit older, you might start experiencing some health issues and stuff like that. Maybe you get a new diagnosis, and that stuff can put some stress on our lives. Maybe we start developing a couple chronic health conditions. And just for the sake of this video, guys, I do have some chronic health conditions myself. I have something called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. I also have permanent atrial fibrillation. And actually, I just had surgery a couple weeks ago. I have an ICD, which is a pacemaker defibrillator, and I am now on my second one. I recently had that switched out. And there's a few times it's very easy to happen. It's probably happened to me, especially in early diagnosed kind of situations. You kind of start to believe everything you're being told. And sometimes these illnesses, they kind of become who we are. They become our new identity. And when that happens, we fall into the trap of living as our new identity. Unfortunately, that new identity can sometimes lead to us being scared. We're taking more, maybe medications, more treatments. We are sitting around a lot more than we probably should be, but we think we might be taking care of ourselves because we are now a sick person, and sick people, they don't get out and exercise and work out hard. They kind of chill out and take it easy. And what I've found, guys, in my own experience and watching loved ones around me kind of suffer over the years with chronic health issues, is for me, there was a point in my life I thought I was probably really a serious sickness away from death. And I was close to death a few times before that as well. What happened to me during COVID season, I got COVID, ended up with COVID pneumonia, ended up in the emergency room, ended up on a ventilator for like 4 days, and in an ICU unit for I think 12 days until I broke out of the hospital. So that took a toll on my body, I believe. Just the experience of going through that, and even the treatment they used to keep me up and going, that ended up taking somewhat of a toll on me as well. That's the downfall of hospitals, guys. You go in these places and the things they treat you with, unfortunately, they usually hurt you in another way. At least that's been my experience. It happened with my recent surgery, it seems, but that's a whole nother video. But yeah, after that whole situation, like I said, I would get sick a lot more. My breathing went to hell. I did eventually go into 24/7 atrial fibrillation, and I felt I wasn't too far away from death. So I decided to jump up and kind of take it all in my own hands and put the work in. And one of them things was get out there and start putting miles in, walking and hiking and stuff like that. Now, when I started doing that, I didn't lollygag around. I didn't go like a half-hour walk. I didn't go for a 2 or 3 mile walk. I figured, well, everybody kind of does that. I think I got to go a little bit harder than that, or die trying at least. And at the time, that was my thought process, is I just got to get out there, put in the work. And if that means I tip over out on a walk or out on the trail, so be it, because I don't want to live my life the other way. So I started cranking out 4 miles a day, and I was always active most of my life, but there's been some lull points in there. But yeah, that stretch there, a few year stretch after I almost died, I just was not doing very well after that situation. So 4 miles a day, every day, and I would not miss a day. And it didn't take a few weeks. I was already feeling like a new man. Now this I kind of started very late March, right around April 1st last year. So we're about, let's see, 13 and a half months, almost 14 months since I decided to get up and move my body every single day, no matter what. Now, I'm not gonna lie, we take a day off here and there, because sometimes I push myself really hard on certain other days. And let me tell you guys, ever since doing this, these last 14 months, knock on wood guys, knock on wood, but I didn't even get sick all fall, winter, and spring season. Not even a sniffle. And we own a busy hair salon. There's sick people coming in there all the time. So we're definitely exposed to it, but I somehow avoided it. And it definitely has something to do with getting out here every day and putting the miles in, keeping the body moving. Of course, diet plays a big role in this, but we save that for a lot of our other videos. Today I just kind of want to concentrate on the body movement part of being healthy. So that's kind of my experience, guys, and all the times in my life where I've been active on a daily basis, setting up times almost every day to dedicate to body movement, body exercise. I've always felt a lot better than the alternative of not doing that. A lot of the reasons I felt like maybe I was getting close to death is my breathing. It was just all screwed up. I couldn't get a good quality, deep, heavy breath in anymore. And I still have a little bit of trouble with that, but it's definitely improved significantly. Getting out here every day, putting the miles in, opens up my lungs, makes me feel so much better. And unfortunately, if you're sitting on the couch eating Cheetos, you are not gonna feel good. A body at rest stays at rest, as they like to say. Another reason I'm bringing this topic up is, yes, I had some very close loved ones that had a lot of chronic health issues. And you know what? Exercise, extra body movement was never a part of their lives. And it's easy to fall into that excuse. Well, I'm too sick. I can't get out there and do that. I'm gonna sit here and watch TV. And I totally get how that can happen. It's easy to think that is actually the right thing to do. But unfortunately, you know, a body at rest stays at rest. You're only gonna keep slowly declining if you do that. Sometimes you think, well, I'm too sick. I can't get out there and walk. You know, I can't walk to the kitchen and back without huffing and puffing. But here's the thing. Even if you're in that state, you kind of got two choices. You got to move the body or you don't move it. And the only way you're going to get further along and maybe get healthier again is the choice has to be to move your body, even if you think you can't. Because if you can walk to the kitchen and back, great. Now do it again, and do it again, and do it again. And one thing I can almost guarantee to anybody listening to this, you can always go much further than you think you can. You know the common cliche, one foot in front of the other. And that's what it is, guys. It really is. Can you take one step? I think you can. Then guess what? After that, can you take one step? I think you can. If you start huffing and puffing, slow down a little bit. Take a couple second break, catch your breath. and then go forward. Keep moving. Stay in motion, as the title of this video says, right guys? Another slightly cool day here in Wisconsin. Maybe 60 degrees a day, but looks like some heat is headed our way. Like I said, simply put, a body in motion stays in motion. A body at rest stays at rest. So a body in motion, it might give you a little bit more longevity, guys. It might make you feel better, and it might make life that much better. A body at rest, you kind of think you're feeling better because you're not pushing your body too hard, but in the end, you're probably shortening your life, and you're just heading down further into your path of illness and sickness. Now I better say this, at least mention it. I don't have nothing against rest. I like to rest myself. I like to chill out, watch some YouTube videos, play a little guitar, sit and relax, sit in a lawn chair outside, enjoy some nature. And that's part of life as well. But for me, I guess my thinking process is I kind of like to earn that relaxation, if that makes sense. If I sit around all day and don't really get much movement in, I kind of feel bad by the end of the day, both physically and mentally. But if I go out there like today, maybe crank out maybe 4, 5, 6 miles, I feel like I accomplished something. It opened my lungs up, opened my mind, got some nature. I feel like I earned some rest, I guess. But putting motion into my life every day keeps my body in motion. I will never stop and stay at rest. It's when you stay at rest for long periods of time, that's when it is detrimental to your health. So for me, guys, I would probably encourage everybody, at least almost everybody, with a few exceptions. I think the best thing you can do is get up and move. Go out there and earn your couch time, all right? And I don't really think it matters what ails you. I think if you get up and move, you're just gonna do better, you're gonna feel better. You might even stick around this planet, this beautiful planet, by the way, a bit longer than you normally would. Start figuring out a good diet on top of that movement, and you may become a whole different person, guys. And I think that's it. I don't really have much more to say on that subject. Body in motion stays in motion. A body at rest stays at rest. It's true, guys. I've seen it with my own eyes, with my loved ones. I've experienced it myself. So on that note, guys, get out there, put some miles in, or do whatever, get your body moving, whatever you enjoy. And that's gonna be it. If you made it this far into the video, I appreciate it as always, but I gotta let you go. I got some miles to put in. We gotta knock this walk out. We will see you guys next time. Take care.